It sure is a lot nicer indoors here. It's getting quite cold outside. I mentioned in the last video that my plant room here is starting to look like a jungle. We've had so many sunny days this month that everything's just growing like crazy. So today I'm going to be pruning back some of that new growth on these tropical trees, just getting them back to shape. And I think I'll start today with my guava tree. It's doing really well, so let's get that out and begin the pruning. Here's a look at my guava. So it's growing really well. It looks nice and healthy. I did get some dieback at the top of the apex here. There's, nothing ever grew in the top branches here. I do have a bud that's trying to come out about here, but I guess the top died off. It doesn't matter. I've got lots of branches here to replace that dead branch up top there. So, yeah, so there's the guava tree looking nice and healthy. I've noticed with my guava that as the trunk thickens up, it starts to look better proportioned. It doesn't look so tall and skinny, and it starting to look more tree-like, I guess. It has a long way to go, a lot of thickening to do and a lot of branch development. It's sort of, I would say it still looks like a seedling, but it'll get there. It'll get there. It's doing well. I'm up top now, having a look at what's growing and what's not. So, yeah, that bud's dried there. Yeah, so I've got a branch here that's alive, a new shoot off to this side, so this whole top looks like it's dead. Oh, wait, no, it's not. There is a bud at the very back here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bud at the back coming out, so I'm just going to take off the dead part up top, which I know is dead. This part right here, and then I'll see what develops on this trunk, or this upper trunk here. Oh, tough wood. Yeah, so that's definitely dead. Dry and crispy. So we'll let that little shoot come out, and then I can, prune this stub back, clean it up a bit. I'm looking at this lowest branch here, and there's a dead section on it also. And I'm just trying to see, what caused that branch to die. I did prune a branch off the top here. But other than that, I don't have any reason why this branch died here. It should be alive, but it's not. So, off it comes. And I don't see any shoots on it, so I'm going to take it right back to this junction. And I'm going to leave some room for dieback. This cut here was quite flush, and the one I did on the top was quite flush, so maybe with these guavas, you got to leave a bit of a stub and then clean them up later on. So I'm just going to take it off here, like that. That branch is also dead. It's all dried up and hard. So I'm just looking to see if there's any more dead branches on the tree. Well, there's one up top here in the apex. There's a division here, and the one part of it died, so I'll take that off. Let's prune it back to here. So that's it for the dead branches. Now I've got to prune back these living branches. So I'm just going to shorten them. I've got a lot of nice growth here. You can see it shooting up. So I'll just take it back to the first pair of leaves. So here I go. Like that. Like that. I'll leave this tip here. It's quite weak still, so I'll let that grow. There's a strong branch here. I'll take that one back. I'll take this one back to here. Doing a little bit of directional pruning. I've got a hanging branch here. I'll take that back to here. I got one I can back to here. And this one to here. Up top here, I've got a branch here I can take back. One here. And that has got all the new shoots pruned back. So you can see it now. I'm having a look at the tree. I can see the silhouette really nicely against the windows here. So Yeah, I think once I get that stump off the top, that'll look better. But other than that, I think it's doing all right. I don't really think I need these upward sweeping branches here when I've got this kind of cascading branch. A little funny looking that, so I think I'm going to prune these back even more. Try and get more vigor into this cascading branch here. Like that. Yeah. So I don't know, I think somewhere maybe here is about the front. I don't know. It may change in the future. It's not too bad a front about here. It's probably better. Yeah, so that's my guava tree. It's growing well. There's a look at the trunk on the tree. So, you know, it's almost the thickness of my finger now. This tree was started from a seed by Young in our club. And I got it when it was, I don't know, probably 2 years old, I think. The next tree I want to prune is my little Ficus microcarpa cutting. This is a cutting off my very first bonsai. So I was just pruning a stub off there. So this new growth is really vigorous. The leaf size is large. It's growing in really nicely. The tree's full of vigor. So I'm going to prune it back. So I'll start with that. I'll start by pruning back the long shoots just to get it more compact, and then I can make some decisions on kind of the style of the tree or what branches I want to keep. Now normally, like, I would let this grow a little longer, but because it's so vigorous, I need to cut it back. Otherwise, I'll just get these huge leaves. Take that right back to there. So it looks like I've got a bit of dieback in the upper canopy here. Yeah. So I'm going to prune that back here. Like that. Pruning off my dead bits. I'll leave the apex to grow. And this doesn't look good. It's too bad. It had a nice division here. But that died back, so off it goes. I'll prune this back like that. There's a branch here I can prune back. Okay, and let's see what else. So right here, I've got two branches growing from almost the same spot. So I'm going to take off this one because it's at the junction of two branches already, so I don't want a third there. So off it comes like that. I like this branch here. It's got two branches coming off of it. I'm not really fond of that horizontal branch there. However, yeah, and it, you know, from the front view, it comes straight towards you, which isn't good. So I'm going to take it off like that. Now you can see these two branches. I can take off this part that's sticking up that's dead, like that. And then I've got 3 branches in this area. I like the front two, but the back one, this one is kind of going across the whole structure of the tree. So I don't think I want that one, so I'm going to remove it like that. Okay, I'll tip this one, that branch, and I've got, at the back here, I've got a dead branch and a new shoot. So I'll take off the dead part, prune that one back a bit. I've got a branch coming out the back here. I'm going to take I'll take the end off of it like that. I think that's looking pretty good. It's got that branch structure sorted out. could take the tip off here, I guess, like that. Yeah, so now everything's living on the tree. I'll let that grow in and strengthen up a bit, and then we'll come back and prune it again in maybe a month or two. I'll give the tree some water and some fertilizer while I've got it out here. All right, that can go back on the bench now. The next trees I'll be pruning are my monkey ear trees. They're growing quite tall and vigorous. In the previous video, I had pruned the monkey ear tree off here, hoping it would divide into a whole bunch of new branches, but I only got one major branch coming off of this trunk. So then I pruned that major branch here, hoping to get something sprouting in this area, and there's buds here, but nothing did. It just divided here, and then I've got two long shoots here now. So I'll prune these back once again, and hopefully something will develop in this area. You can see on the trunk here I have a new shoot in this area. There's one down there, but they just haven't come out yet because I think all the vigor is going to this main leader here. Here I go with the pruning now. So these are my new branches, so I'll prune them back here. Taking the top off. Here's my other new branch. I'll take it off here, keeping two leaflets and then two buds to fan it out. This growth is really vigorous. I'll just prune back this stump here, like that. My other trees here, they're also, this one's similar. I'm going to prune it back to here, just shortening everything. The one over here, I'll prune it back to here. And the one out front, take it back to here, like that. I'll take this branch back to here. And this one back to here. I think that's got all the new growth pruned up. You see there's new shoots developing on it. I think these trees will grow really well over the summer. They're quite vigorous growers. All of the monkey ear trees in this planting were planted in June of 2019. So this summer, in June, they'll be 2 years old. And you can see the size of the trunk compared to my finger. They've done really, really well. Amazing. They're fast-growing trees. Yeah, I'm really happy with them. I think I did some pretty good root pruning on them last time. So I'm pretty sure they're getting a nice radial root base down here too. Yeah, it looks like it's developing a nice radial root base. Here's a look at some of the radial roots developing around the base of the tree. So I think they'll need root pruning again this summer. Get this root system sorted out even better. The seeds for these monkey ear trees were sent up to me by Todd's Tropicals, a really good YouTube channel. The last tropical tree I'll be pruning today is my Asparagus Fern. You can see how long the new shoots are growing in. It's getting way out of control. Almost looks like my hair, doesn't it? So I'm going to prune it back again, keeping it more compact so it doesn't take up all this space on the benches here. All right, here I go. I'm just going to prune back all these really long shoots. There's so many of them. It's just growing really vigorously. It must have really liked that dormant period because it's just growing like crazy. So I'll prune that one right off. Some of these are too low, so they just got to come right off. Some of these are good, they just need pruning back. And all you can do is like a profile prune on these asparagus ferns. They don't really have branches or anything. You just got to make them look tree-like. And that's about all you can do. Like that. back of it here wasn't getting much light on the bench. And it was too big for me to rotate, so here's a branch that's coming off really low here. I can just take the whole thing off. New one forming here that's going very strangely. There we go. Twisty one. Yeah, so just a bit of pruning. And like I said, with these, you just gotta keep pruning them, taking vigor out of them until the new shoots come in a little more compact. Full sun helps. So in the middle of the summer, it'll look quite good. It's hard to keep them looking really good in the winter time. Okay, I think that's not too bad. I'll spin the asparagus fern around so you can have a look at it from all angles. So it's doing quite well. There's a lot of new aerial roots growing in on the trunk here, so I just keep misting it. You just kind of mist around the trunk a couple of times a day. And the humidity in the plant room kind of helps them grow too. And while I have it out, I'll give it a good watering, some fertilizer. All right, I think that's good. I think it's, yeah, looking good. It has been a really good month for sunshine. All the plants are growing really well, so I'll be doing more pruning in upcoming videos. But that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.